So they seem to have disliked some of the things that Uhuru did, okay, before he left office. Okay? But in this case, if you now compare Arap Moi, Muigai wa Kenyatta, Moi wa Ruto, Moi wa Ruto, if you compare, they seem not to be a dislike, but there seem to be some hatred against Moi Ruto. Therefore, this man needs a lot of soul searching within himself. He needs to sit down in a room somewhere and ask himself a lot of questions and do some reflection. And then invite Rachel into that room and ask Rachel to be very honest and truthful. What is going wrong? How come just after 24 months that there seems to be a lot of hatred against me? Most probably, Rachel will be more truthful and tell him where things are going wrong. So I was not surprised that the fourth president, Jomo and Uhuru Kenyatta, received the reception they received for two reasons, Fred. The first one is that he's a likable character. He's likable. He's easy. And Kenyans are human beings. Uhuru Kenyatta did not handle Kenyans like machines. Okay? Like that, we have no feelings. So the connectivity is bound to be a bit tighter. We can resonate with this man who is a human being. He's warm. Now, the other good friend of mine, my very good friend, the president, the fifth one, he seems to be a bit, a bit disconnected from people. He doesn't, he's not treating people like human beings. He has forgotten that we have feelings, we are human beings, and we must be treated in a humane manner. So there's a very serious disconnect between the current president and the people that he's governing. They seem to have hatred, heavy, strong hatred against this man. I am saying they seem to have. Okay? So you can do your own interpretation, but I don't think my analysis is wrong at all, because if we go by what happened in Embu, okay, even the religious leader, I think Muheria, tried very hard to make the president comfortable by telling the congregants that, please, we are in church and don't be so hard on our guest. But you see the mood. He couldn't control the mood. He couldn't control the crowd. They expressed themselves when the certain names were mentioned, and in this case, because it happened, the president's name was mentioned, the crowd seemed to be unhappy and gloomy. Then they mentioned the new one, the new entrant, Kithure Wakindiki. Same thing. People, it was as if they were in a cemetery. It was as if they were in a cemetery, in a morgue or somewhere. But when Uhuru's name was mentioned, there was so much excitement. And both, all the gentlemen seated there. So there's definitely something that has disconnected people from the current president. And, so they're comparing. They're saying, okay, this one seems to have been a human being. He was warm. But this other man appears to be so cold. There's a problem. And I think if I was advising the president, I would not do what the advisors are doing, misleading him and telling him that you're still popular. They must now take him into a small room. Those who want him to survive up to 2027, they should take him into a small room and tell him, Mr. President, you are so unpopular, you are so naked, and you need to change gear.
For President William Ruto sitting side by side with his predecessor, probably the message was clearer with Uhuru Kenyatta there on the same platform, that his popularity in that region is waning. The presence of Uhuru Kenyatta on that platform communicated a lot in terms of the reception by those people. According to the Taifa Leo, anauliza mlima umeenda. the presence of Uhuru Kenyatta there and the kind of reception given to him on the same platform that the president was. Is that the proper message? Is that the exact message that William Ruto needed? Probably, as Kisia says, his advisors have been misleading him. Is the message now clear?
Fred, it is, it's very interesting that, I mean, first of all, we are all happy to see Uhuru Kenyatta.
Yeah.